Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing out there in sort of TV land? Welcome to a very exciting, because they all are, right? Episode of Drink and Draw Social Club. Tonight, the theme, after school cartoons.
Yay!
Wow, no guest. We don't need no stinking guest. We have each other.
No, we have something like this.
So, show start yet?
Yeah.
No, it's on.
Guys, we're new.
Oh, that was the actual. That's Ben's real intro.
That was it.
Wow. Okay, I thought you were just like sort of,
What did Henry have to say right there? I missed it.
It was a QAnon joke.
Oh, gotcha. All right, Henry.
Because Trump's president again.
We're president again.
Oh, that's right. Today's the 4th.
Yeah.
Anyway, what do you guys? What are you drawing? Which characters did you pick? Which shows?
What is that?
That is
Mezcal. Bozal?
Dan, last time Dan had a bottle of mezcal, things got crazy.
Dan, I have to ask, why is it flesh colored?
Do you have to ask?
Cheers, Joe.
Cheers, everyone.
What are you drinking there, Jeff?
It's a local. It's called Indian. It's Breakside Indian Pale Ale. It's got a bird on it.
I thought that was Marvin for a minute there.
Wow. Yeah. It's got a bird on it.
Bird. Birds have feathers.
Got a bird on it.
Put a bird on it. Oh, I missed that show.
It's a good show.
It's great. Thanks everyone for joining us.
Yeah. Joe, what are you drinking?
I am drinking water.
Lemonade?
Water, because I'm a professional, unlike you guys.
It is called. As long as you're drinking something, it doesn't have to be alcohol.
It doesn't have to be alcoholic.
But it doesn't hurt if it is.
Everybody
it certainly helps me.
That's got a beer.
Delicious. It is beer.
Where are you? Are you in Fat Tuesdays or what's going on?
This is Foley's in New York.
Oh.
Right over there is where Frank Thierry busted your nose.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Use a little character.
And that hat's weak, man.
Hey,
I mean, they wear Cardinals hat. Wear the classic, man. That thing is.
My problem is that the underside of the bill on all my basic hats is green.
Oh, that is a problem.
Oh.
So
we should have thought of that.
My head.
Yeah.
That's
disconcerting. Why are you always wearing a hat?
No.
I'm trying to cover up my hair.
Just locks.
I don't want people to be envious of my hair.
Today's a prime opportunity for people who watch the show on a regular basis because we have no guest, right? So we don't have Jeff just droning on and on with question after question after question.
I know it's so annoying, isn't it?
Yeah.
So today, if any of the viewers have questions, and we encourage Ben to wake the hell up and pay attention, maybe they'll get their questions. I firmly believe people have questions, but they don't bother asking because Ben ignores the questions.
Well, Ben ignores everybody.
It's
whatever. He ignores us.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, though, I think Joe's right. I do tend to blather on a bit. So if anyone who's had a question that they weren't able to get it in edgewise, thanks to my nonstop rambling, I think now is the time.
I have a question. Why do you keep rambling? You're still rambling about rambling.
You know who talks a lot is Dave.
Dave's a chatter. Dave said he's gonna. Dave, am I allowed to put something up?
Oh, jeez.
Everybody go to Dave's house.
Everybody go. Dave's buying tonight. You should be buying my mezcal.
At this point, it's still fake money. So
until you check it out on your PayPal account.
Everybody happy.
Congratulations, Dave.
What can I say? People like me in crypto.
You're a big crypto guy, Joe. Yeah. You're drawing. What do they call our divine competitor or our very kind?
Distinguished competition.
Yeah,
distinguished competition. Yeah,
some Batman.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Joe just drew that.
Just whipped it out.
I will not be drawing in that style.
But that's the show. I mean, we're all drawing in our own styles, but
Really? So wait, you're drawing? Is your HeMan going to be just like the cartoon, or is it going to be just Conan with blonde hair?
It's mostly just Conan with blonde hair. I mean, that's all. I'm
With a page boy haircut.
That's really all I'm capable of.
It's actually HeMan with black hair
Yeah,
in a Conan style.
it's always been He-Man with black hair.
Conan cosplaying as He-Man.
You know,
Good times.
see some He-Man reference.
Well, I got to tell you, Joe, your appeal for questions did not exactly light a fire here.
Give us some time.
Well, we have time. So if
I
you
trust-
don't mind, Joe, I'll ask a question.
Oh God.
You can't. You know, you can definitely tell when we do the show. Jeff's a very lonely guy.
It's just me. And I talk to the dogs and the cats all day long, but
It's like your only human contact to see.
yeah, I don't like what they have to say.
You
You're
know,
gonna ask. Let me predict what Jeff's gonna ask. He's
Yeah,
gonna
go ahead,
ask,
Dan.
Did like afternoon cartoons affect your drawing?
now, Dave's. I'm sorry, Jeff's going to ask me about my footwear.
Ooh, nice. What are those bobas?
What?
Those bobas there?
Yeah, they're bumba. They're not. They're not socks.
No, they're
They're
sock
They're
slippers.
super socks.
Slipper socks. Those are nice. I mean, I wouldn't be caught wearing Uggs, but I'd wear a pair of those in a second.
Oh.
You got a pair of these, Dan?
Oh, I sure
A
do.
pair
Oh,
of
those
these.
are fancy. They give those to you at the hospital
Good job.
when you go
Yeah,
in
what
for your
company that
proctology
is?
exams.
You got the. Oh,
Yeah,
Look at that.
look at that.
I know Dave's got a pair, but he's too busy drawing. He's too busy making crypto right now.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
just not wearing them. I mean, they're in another room. I'm sorry. So
My
Yeah,
favorite
I
thing
did-
about
I
the
started
socks.
drawing too.
Dave,
Okay.
Dave has to go clearly all the way across to the other side of the estate.
Gotta go down to his
Exactly.
mailbox.
Yeah.
I gotta check.
Jeeves, bring me my socks, please.
Yeah. Now that he's a big time guy.
You're that boy.
I'm concerned about something here. Let's see. You guys just go on.
Here, Jeff, we got a question for you.
Okay.
What is the sound of two pencils drawing?
It sounds not unlike dropping a stone into the water.
Not unlike.
Good answer.
It's a great answer.
Good answer. Question. It was a
Answer.
question. Let's see. Here's another one. Are you eager to get back out on the road and meeting your fans at conventions?
no, I'm just kidding.
What do you mean no?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Of course.
Hey Ben, if your doorbell rings, answer it because it's a pair of slipper socks. So I just check the tracking.
Trust me, Van. They're really worth
I
it.
am
They
the
feel like there's
snap of this gimmick.
they're like a little massage for your feet.
I just can't stand the thought of Ben wearing Uggs. I just can't stand
No,
it.
me neither. It's just in the
The
humor.
dogs are getting out of the season. They're strictly cold ankles in wintertime walking dogs.
Oh, I don't know. They're
No, we all
fashionable.
have-
You look great, Ben. Don't let
This
don't let,
episode
don't,
brought to
don't
you
let Joe shame you into not showing off your calves.
Don't let him slipper shame you.
I have no slipper shame, obviously. Right now, I am sporting the flippy floppies because it is warm, and I can do that now. Let's see.
You know, Tom Brady wears Uggs.
He does, but not on boats.
Is it because the fur lining would sink if he got him wet? That would be
I
bad.
believe so. It smells like a wet dog when you get
Yeah, there you go. That makes sense. Smart man.
He certainly wore them before he beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
He clearly wore them right after beating the Chiefs.
That
while
too,
he was
yeah.
comfortable back there.
It was just to mock you.
Yes, he does whatever Giselle tells him to do. I think, but I would too.
Yeah,
can't blame the man.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. There's another question. Since Joe wants questions,
Ben hates his whole question thing. You really, don't want to do it.
Yeah, I mean, then he has to work.
It's a correct.
was He-Man a distinct social class on Eternia? He-Men, and if so, what purpose did they or the Talking Green Tigers serve? Captain Negativity has been drinking. So, Joe, you want to field that one?
Nope.
Yeah, Joe's drawing Batman. I think that's a Dan
Oh,
question.
that is a Dan question. He's drawing He-Man. You're right.
You know, I never liked He-Man. I don't know.
Is it the page
Why
boy
did that bother
haircut?
you?
Hang on. Let's let Jeff get it out of the system. Go ahead, Jeff.
I mean, what I love about that is like, look at the detail he's putting in that drawing right now.
Oh, I didn't see that. Let's see that. Ben, give us. Wow, look at that.
I would hate to see what Dan would do with a character he did like.
It actually
Clearly,
looks
he's more
a
into
bit-
Skeletor.
It looks a little bit like Icarus, like Kirby's version of Eternal's Icarus. Let's see. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I finally got my comps today for that cover. Man, it was dark. I got to lighten that stuff up next time.
Which cover?
The Eternal.
Oh, yeah, I got those too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, mine, it's a little dark, but it happens, you know, sometimes.
You know what?
Friend of the show, Patrick Wedge, has a question.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not nice. What does he have to say?
Patrick wants to know what the go-to cereal when watching Saturday morning cartoons.
Ooh, that's a great question. Actually,
Peanut butter Captain Crunch.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You know what?
I used to love Frankenberry, and then, you know, I got to do a Frankenberry box a few years ago, and I tried it again, and oh my God, it was the worst cereal I've ever had in my life. It was so bad. I was like, oh my Jesus.
You know, as a kid, I used to love Quisp and Quake.
Oh
And
yeah, I
actually-
remember Quisp.
And actually got to taste a box of it not too long ago, a year or so ago. It was pretty damn good. I was surprised because usually you remember that stuff a lot better than it actually was at the time. But
Yeah.
it held up. It held up.
Well, my theory on the Halloween cereal brands like Count Chocula and all that, or whatever they don't sell that year, they just put in storage, and then they rebox it for the next year.
Sure.
So I'm pretty sure I had
never had
marshmallows
fresh
from 2020 or 2001 or something. It was really bad.
Any cereal with marshmallows in it also is a far cry from what it used to be. Those things are getting smaller and smaller and harder.
Yeah.
It's just Lucky Charms used to be the king of cereals if you want a sugar rush.
Well,
Sure.
Ben, when was the last time you actually had a cereal?
I eat Cheerios. Do you count that as a cereal?
I mean, it's a delicious cereal, but I don't know. Like, when was the last time you had a Lucky Charms? I can't even imagine being able to handle it now.
I generally have cereal once a year because
St. Patty's Day, right? Do you have it on St. Patty's Day?
that's it. No, Jenny making Christmas cookies.
Oh, that makes sense.
I'll have cereal in the house of various types because of those. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of a lot of them. I don't know. They're just even as a kid, Rice Krispies was probably the most common cereal of my childhood.
Interesting. You didn't really know you, Ben.
Cocoa Pebbles, if you got a little crazy.
Cocoa Pebbles was a good cereal. It's a
Very
good chocolatey
informative.
cereal.
Ugh.
Were you a milk drinker after cereal consumption?
Depending on the cereal, like if it was a Captain Crunch Berries or a Cocoa Pebbles or something like that, then yeah, hell yeah.
Right. You gotta get your straight sugar shot.
Exactly.
So see, questions galore.
Let's go. Come on.
Next one.
Be quick before Jeff starts talking.
You're so grumpy about it. Next one.
Next one. There you go. All right. Hypothetically, who would you
Dr.
rather have
Seuss.
as guest? Dr.
Dr. Seuss is dead.
Milo Rivera.
So interestingly enough, Dr. Seuss used to do the same job I did during World War II in the Army, propaganda unit.
Yes, he was actually he was in that unit with Stan Lee.
Did Stan Lee do that propaganda?
And Lee and Dr. Seuss served together.
I believe they did.
That's outstanding.
Isn't that great?
Yeah. So that might be an interesting conversation. But Milo Manera, is he bringing a guest? Is he bringing a date? If it's a +1, then I want Milo Manera.
I don't know. Have you ever seen Dr. Seuss's Lady Godiva?
I have not.
It's pretty entertaining.
Wow, Ben.
Jeff. Well, I'm having to
for Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff. Another Jeff question.
So
Christopher is a big Jeff fan.
Chris and I used to be in a studio together. Chris is an old friend of mine.
This is really backfiring because I wanted these questions so we wouldn't hear Jeff talk.
I know. Joe is so sick of my dulcet tones.
Jeff has a plant.
What was the first cartoon I worked on? I think the first cartoon I worked on was Justice League Unlimited for reals.
Did you do backgrounds?
I did. I took Dave's job over when he left to go do Ben 10.
Dave's a quitter, is what you're saying.
Dave was moving on and upwards on the animation ladder, and I just took a spot. I think mostly I got the job because they didn't have to change the nameplate.
Pretty much.
So Jeff worked on. I mean, Dave worked on Ben 10.
Yeah, a little bit.
I never heard that.
Worked a little bit on it.
I never heard about his experiences there.
Briefly.
You would know about it looking at the show.
Wow. Wah, wah.
Yeah.
So sad.
All right. David Desmond wants to know if any of you have a poll list, and if so, what's on it? When was the last time you were in a comic shop, Joe?
That's a rather personal question.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I do not have a poll list.
Diamond
I
poll
do not.
list.
Because I get my comics for free.
Shipped
Whoa,
to you.
whoa, big shot.
That is pretty cool, though.
It's one of the perks. One of the perks of working in a comic book company is that you get your books for free.
And you're not a big fan of comic shops, from what I understand.
Or comics, period.
Yeah.
Right.
They're musty.
Dirty.
I actually love comic shops. But
Like good comic shops.
yeah, I don't like terrible comic shops.
Yeah, nobody's a big fan of terrible ones, Ben.
They're out there.
Oh, they're out there, all right.
Ben, you seem like the kind of guy who would own a comic shop.
Oh God, no.
You're kind of melancholy.
No, I just mean like because he's such a huge fan that I could could see Ben saying, you know what, go to the wife and say, hey, let's what do you think? You start a
comic shop.
start Ben's comics, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, no, thanks.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't like people that much, Joe.
Sounds like a big no to me.
Do you know how many people you have to talk to on a daily basis in a comic shop?
In comic shop.
Well, you don't have to be the person at the register. You could just,
Oh, the silent owner.
Very silent.
It sounds like that's the kind of owner you'd be, right?
Yeah.
It's not a stretch.
Reaping in the gigantic profits.
Well, you'd only be slightly silent. You're the kind of owner that every time somebody walks through the door, you'd be like, oh,
Another customer.
Somebody else wants a discount.
Yeah.
Yes.
Another comic book professional that doesn't want to pay as much for their comics.
That's right. Joe's here for his free comics again.
I mean, I know Joe doesn't want to hear from me, but I do have a.
Joe would prefer.
Joe would prefer if I just kept my mouth shut this time, but I actually was at the comic book store recently and did buy some comics. And on the pull list is Monster from Image. And then after our talk with Wendys, I didn't have the Ultimate Spider-Man trade paperbacks. I went and got them. They're really good.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
Really good stuff.
Dave, are you drawing anything?
I'm working on something, and I won't be able to show on the show. I'll show it later. But
if we behave ourselves,
yeah.
So Dan, you're drawing a beautiful He-Man there. It's fantastic lighting. I love the line work. I love the composition. It looks amazing. You're telling me that you didn't actually enjoy the show?
No, I used to watch it all the time, of course.
Okay.
Who was your favorite He-Man character?
Oh, He-Man. I prefer He-Man with just solo. I didn't like any of the other people.
Not Man at Arms.
No, I particularly hated him.
Hmm.
I didn't like the costume. What was that?
Orko. You big fan of Orko?
Nope. Hated Orko. He ruined the whole thing for
What about
me.
that hat you have in your closet?
Well, I don't mind wearing that occasionally. The Orko hat.
The Orko hat.
Yeah.
Huh.
Very nice of you to get me an Orko hat.
It's very fancy.
Yeah.
I actually got a chance to try to redesign He-Man, and I did a bunch of designs, but I don't know what happened. Well, I mean, I don't even did
I
they
think we can
redo
guess.
He-Man?
If nothing happens, I think we can guess what happened.
Well, I mean, I know they didn't use my stuff, but I don't know if they ever actually made the show or not.
There's been, I think, 3 different versions of the show beyond the original, and isn't Netflix? I think is still eventually supposed to be putting out another one. So
I think Kevin Smith is supposed to be.
yeah. But I think that's it's the original studio, right? Was it Funimation or?
That'd be kind of cool if it was. I don't know.
How long did it run in the beginning?
You know who worked on that? I don't know, but Bill Ray actually worked doing backgrounds on that, Jeff.
Oh, wow.
You know who did the little comic books that came with the action figures?
I do.
And is miserable anytime anyone brings it up to him. That guy.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
His first drawings.
You think I'm sad reading questions? You should see Bruce at a convention when someone brings him a stack of little mini He-Man comics.
Oh, does he not feel like it's his best work, or he just didn't enjoy the?
Yeah, it's the work he put in, I guess, at the time in his career. He just
Well, he was really young.
He hates
Pretty
looking
young
at
when he
it
did
now.
it.
It's like, oh, this is terrible. But
That's tough.
Is it really? I mean, it's like every single one of us has it in our career at some point.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, I mean,
You know,
yeah,
boo-hoo. I'm sorry.
except for Dan.
Except for me, it's all magnificence.
right. Every once in a while, someone will bring a comic up that I have intentionally forgotten about.
All right.
And whoops, let me take this down.
Yes, get that out of my way, there, Dan.
All right, you know you could actually control that. Dan.
I know, but you're asking me to do a lot here.
Oh, sorry.
He's only got one good working eye.
That's it. That's it. Dan, there's another question from you. For you. What were your thoughts on the Dolph Lundgren movie? Ooh, that's a good.
Well, remember, let's not forget Dolph lives down the block from Dan, so it's
with him.
I have actually worked out with Dolph.
Ben, is he lying?
I know you guys hate that. I mean,
define workout. Has he been in the same gym while Dolph was lifting something? Probably.
There we go.
Wasn't it your favorite movie until Roadhouse came out?
Roadhouse is still probably my favorite movie.
Roadhouse.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but it was He-Man before that.
You know what? He made a pretty good He-Man. He looked the part for sure, but not a good movie. It's kind of like the relaunch of Conan with Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa looks like a cool Conan. Unfortunately, it's a terrible movie.
Yeah, that is a terrible movie.
Yeah.
But is He-Man the movie that terrible?
It's well, I'll tell you what, He-Man the movie's better than that Fantastic Four with the guy, the Doctor Doom, who like clicked his little fingernails together. They came out around the same time.
Yes.
Oh, is that the Roger Corman? That one?
I don't remember who was in it. I just remember thinking, like, this Doctor Doom, why is he doing that? What is happening with it?
Well, the best part of the He-Man movie was Frank Langella's Skeletor. I mean, that was like putting a Shakespearean actor in the middle of a train wreck, but but it's not watchable when you watch it now. If you go back to it, it wasn't great then, and it's probably even worse now. But Courtney Cox, it's got Courtney Cox at like 17 or something like that in it. So
that's good casting.
Was that before her Bruce Springsteen appearance?
I think it was her first cinematic appearance. It was not her first screen appearance. Like she had done television or commercials or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, Ben, even though you're not drawing a cartoon, did you have a favorite cartoon back in the day?
I wasn't allowed to watch Saturday cartoons. I was meant
Again?
to get up and go to work because my father did not believe in resting and leisurely enjoying a Saturday. So,
Wow, thanks for bringing that up, Jeff.
I didn't watch Shinny as a kid.
Sounds like you were raised right.
Yeah. I
Man,
watched plenty of them in college. I didn't watch any of them as a kid. So no. I mean, I guess Scooby-Doo would probably be my, if you consider that a Saturday morning.
well, this is more of a after school when you got home from
After
your
school, when I
working at
got
a sweat
home,
lodge.
you had let's see, HeMan and G.I. Joe.
Uh-huh.
And then that was usually followed by Night Court and I think Wheel of Fortune.
Is this like at the Defeo house? Is what you're saying?
That was the whatever channel of the 3 channels on TV that He-Man was on. That was the shows you watched before your father got home and you turned off the television.
We were not allowed to
Interesting.
watch Cheers.
You didn't watch what?
We were not allowed to watch Cheers at my house.
Cheers. Yeah, no, I didn't watch Cheers as a kid either.
Is there a reason?
Is it?
We weren't allowed to watch
Is there a reason you could lie to me about?
Yeah.
I don't remember the reason. I think he just didn't. I think it was a little too progressive for my dad. My dad was definitely a conservative sort of guy.
Which part was I mean, Cheers, right? We're talking about Cheers with
I think you might go back and go, wait a second, this is a little bit more on the ball than you thought.
all right. I'll have to check it out again. I don't remember it being particularly progressive.
Another show, Love Sydney, was not recommended.
Interesting.
Just not happy with that.
Growing up in Georgia, I remember a cartoon that nobody else seems to remember, but it was
Of course. Why don't you sing us the theme song?
Shut up, Jesus Christ! you know, I try to talk, and then I get nothing but guff from you.
Dave, I'm listening. Dave, I'm listening.
Of course, Jeff is listening.
Dan, see, this is why Dave doesn't talk. Let him finish.
Okay, sorry.
Oop.
What's
And now
that?
I'm getting phone calls.
Oh God.
How dare you? Hold on.
I mean, you'll be surprised to hear that I'm probably going to have a follow-up question.
Who's calling you?
Yeah, Dave, talk.
None of your business. But no, if I switch to my camera,
Oh, it's so demanding.
Yeah, I'm
It was-
talking. Switch to me.
it was a quasi-Christian show called Jot, and it used to come on in the afternoons. And you know, back then it was like, you know,
Is that
there was nothing on, but it was just a ball with arms and legs and a face.
You look like a little sperm.
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing, but it always had like biblical teachings, you know, hidden with, and they weren't even hidden. I mean, it was fairly obvious, but yeah, just really simple, rudimentary animation and kind of like Ralph Bashki, I don't know, like Jackson Pollock style backgrounds. You know, just
Wait, Ralph, were the balls like rotoscoped?
well, no, like you know, like the Spider-Man cartoon.
I know.
Those crazy Jackson Pollock backgrounds.
Right.
It you know, they always had that kind of stuff. So it was just a very weird cartoon, but very stylized at the same time.
Did you get Davy and Goliath?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All that.
I remember it, but I don't remember ever really watching it. I don't think
I had to watch that quite a bit.
Did you watch?
As a kid, I didn't realize, you know, that how it was a religious cartoon. I just remember seeing it, like, you know,
they were.
Hey, Davy.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Moral Oral?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that would have never seen Moral. I'm sorry. What is it again?
If you watch, was it just like the prerequisite was like whatever was like a crappy cartoon, you tune in, or what was the deal?
Listen, there was a lot of stuff
Moral-
on Adult Swim that was very funny.
Yeah, it was a send up of that other show done in the same style, but it had a crazy, psychotic bent to it. So funny show.
Yeah. Adult Swim had a fair amount of ironic send-ups of cartoons. Late night animation block.
Living here in LA, they have like their own billboard on Sunset, so you get to see like whatever they're pushing each, pretty much each month. They're spotlighting some kind of new insane. Like I think ever since they've had a few crazy random hits, they're like, all right, what's the name? Is it insane? Okay, we'll take it.
Oh, I know, man. There something laser something.
I mean, laser definitely gets you a meeting.
Yeah. That's the only way I can I can explain the show. It's just a stream of consciousness of people just yapping.
Are you talking about Laser Wolf?
Yeah.
What?
Are you talking about Laser Wolf?
Yeah. I could not figure that show out. It wasn't funny. It didn't say anything, and it was just like, okay, all right,
People love Rick and Morty, including you, and I can't.
Well, yeah, but Rick and Morty's a good show.
Rick and Morty is actually quite entertaining. Dave, I don't think you smoke enough weed.
That's it.
That's exactly it.
Yeah. Let's see. Veggie Tales.
No.
I'm trying to remember. There was a Bible cartoon. It was like the Flying Lighthouse or Flying Jesus. I can't remember the name.
It was Flying Jesus. That was probably
Flying Jesus. Was that it?
I would watch the hell out of
it. Sounds like a show that
there was like Superbook and Flying something else, and they were like biblical cartoons. I did watch those as a child.
I would watch.
It wasn't so much that my dad was anti cartoon; he was just anti sitting and watching television.
It's anti you having fun.
That's it. That's exactly it. There was grass to mow, rocks to move.
Yeah. How old were you when he demanded you get up and go get a job?
You mean like a paying job? I wasn't allowed to get a paying job until I was 17 because he needed me to stay home and work. So paying job interferes with me doing stuff around the house.
That is true, though. He's got a point. Gotta
Yeah.
give him that.
So,
Well, it served you well. You have the best work ethic of any of us.
I don't know about that.
So we were told.
Yeah. With better work ethic than me. I can
All right.
guarantee.
Well, that we can all agree on.
Fine. I'll accept that.
Yeah.
Joe, are you going to share with the class today what you're drawing?
We're just not interested.
I don't know. It's not very good.
How are you going to top yourself from the Zorro? That was kind of. I think that was kind of a mic drop moment.
I told you I was gonna put a hat on Batman.
Oh,
Like a Zorro hat on Batman. I figured.
That's a tricky bit of geometry right there.
Yeah.
It's also kind of ironic, right?
well, unless you're Dave Johnson.
Because, Bruce Wayne went to see Zorro. His parents get killed.
Oh, right. Look at that.
And so,
Amazing how that works out.
yeah, probably wouldn't like to see the hat. It might, might set him off.
I mean, you think Bruce Wayne has Zorro trauma? I mean, that sounds like a story, right?
I'm just saying he might have some
That sounds like a Batman
some
story.
repressed issues with Zorro's hat.
It's like you guys remember the Abbott and Costello Susquehanna hat routine, right?
Yeah.
Susquehanna Hat Company.
Ah!
Right. Batman probably has that with Zorro. Zorro. God damn it, Zorro. Yeah, give me a second. I'll share my screen in a minute.
All right.
Very kind of you.
All right. The questions have slowed down again. I'm not ducking them this time.
So you admit you have been in the past.
Yeah. Patrick wants to know why everyone is so mean to me that I do thankless work.
I mean, that is a fair question.
100% accurate. This is entirely thankless.
What about the friendships you've made?
Lives ruined, dreams dashed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The usual.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of comes.
So when did you like television now, Ben?
I was just having this discussion with Thierry.
Oh boy.
Yeah, right.
So you kept the language to like 2-syllable words, right?
That's it. Profanity and
Profanity and 2-syllable words.
That, as far as television goes, I don't watch a lot of network TV, and I still don't. The only thing I watch on network TV generally is sports, and that's it. Everything else, would have been either like HBO serials, later AMC.
We already covered the serials, okay?
And porn. And porn.
You don't need a TV for that anymore.
Right.
Well, that's true. That's true.
But I was never much of a TV show guy. Like, I never watched every episode of Seinfeld. I get 10% of Seinfeld references from people. So
Get out. Just get out right now. Just go.
You know what I never watched a whole lot of, and I feel bad, is Simpsons. I haven't seen too many of them.
What?
I've seen more Simpsons than I have Seinfeld. But
I'm the same way with Archer. I know it's a great show. I
like Archer, and I really like The Simpsons. They're really good. I mean, maybe I'm saving it for like I'm a geezer.
Yeah.
And
look, if you didn't watch it this year, you're not watching it. That's what I've come to learn.
Well, you
Simpsons
gotta
or Archer?
You gotta save some material for your trip to Mars. I mean, that's a long trip.
It's true.
True.
So then, do you let your kids watch TV?
Yeah, my kids watch TV.
In between beatings.
None of them are in between beatings. That's right.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them are terribly fanatical about it.
Nor would they be allowed to be.
Yeah,
Because of the beatings.
because of those. But no, the kids watch TV, and on occasion I'll watch stuff with them. The DC shows on WB or what's the Flash and Arrow and stuff like that. I used to watch those with Joey when he was into them and things like that. I've got 2 teenage daughters, so they generally watch things that I'm not terribly interested in watching. But
Did you guys ever catch Adventure Time?
oh yeah,
Adventure Time is a very funny show.
That was a great show. I mean, that always impressed me, just how much of love was put into the storytelling and the ideas and the animation. I thought all the design work was really great, and I was kind of envious of it. Really well done.
Did you ever hear the story about the guy who created it?
No.
He liked it. He was such a fan that he took himself out of the mix so he wouldn't be ruined.
I can see that.
So he relinquished his
It kind of took a life of its own, I guess.
his position.
Yeah,
Dave, do you have HBO Max?
I do.
Have you watched the?
I have.
new-
Yeah, they're great. I mean,
Which one, Ben? I'm sorry, you cut out of me.
What's that?
What?
On HBO Max, they have like hour-long episodes of Adventure Time that are new. You call them episodes, but they're like little mini movie kind of things.
well, they're kind of spin-offs with the other characters.
Right. They've done 2 of them so far. I don't know how many they're doing, but
I mean, the whole storyline with the Ice King really, I mean, that got me choked up. I mean,
Did it really?
it did. It's a really good storyline.
I mean, Adventure Time actually really is good, and it's emotional. It's got a lot of cool themes, and the characters are great. Dave, did you ever watch Venture Brothers?
Oh yeah, well yeah, I worked on one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I always thought Venture Brothers was not just a cool cartoon; it's a really good comic book, style show. Like they do a lot of cool stuff with villains. There's a great one of the all-time best villain origin stories is in Venture Brothers.
Wait, which one?
The one with the missing limb. How he gets his power.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how the story went.
It involves Quiz Boy. There's no way I could do it justice by retelling it. But yeah, I think Venture Brothers is great. Those guys love comics and do comic book tropes really well.
Yeah, I mean, when I got the phone call from Chris McCulloch to work on that one episode, I was over the moon. I would have done it for free, but because they did a Shallow Gravy behind the music style documentary about the band, and they had me do all these still photographs, which was still strange. I mean, they didn't, they didn't need me to do it. I mean, they could have done it, but he just really wanted me to work on it. So I was like, yeah.
And it looks cool.
So I wish I was allowed to color it. I didn't like the coloring, but
Hope you're not watching, buddy.
well, he didn't color it.
No, the guy who
Somebody did. Is that colored it?
Somebody colored it.
I'm sure he'll never hear about that. Or she. Could have been a she. I don't know. I don't know who it was.
Yeah, Dan, could have been a she.
Oh, that's very gracious of Dave. I like that.
You're so into HeMan all the time.
Yeah, and not She-Ra, clearly.
I like
Yeah.
your upside down crotch shot on your camera here. That's
Yeah.
that's
It makes
for
sense that Dan would be more into the patriarchy.
yes.
So Dan, how much do you think you're going to sell that for? Maybe $20?
Probably about $20.
Ouch.
It's a good $20. It's not 20 Ethereum or Ethereum, no. That's what you're asking.
Dude, my last few pieces have sold for like next to nothing.
Yeah, you got kind of robbed on your last few.
Next to nothing.
Crazy.
That's a shame. Yeah, that Zorba piece, you could have commanded a pretty good price for that, I imagine. Oh, well.
Should have.
Yeah.
Lost to the ages now.
Well, coulda, shoulda, woulda. We all learn from our mistakes. They say we learn more from those than our triumphs.
When
They
I have
do
a
say
triumph,
that.
I'll let you know.
I don't know if it's true, but people are saying it.
So let's
I
see.
mean, are we allowed to say what happened to the Zorro piece?
No.
Now,
All right.
Let that be a mystery for the ages.
Fair enough.
There's the sign of the Z.
yeah, there's a Z sign, Jeff. Be very aware of a Z.
I like that you worked the skull in, Dan. Yeah, that's
Well, Dan's always drawing skulls on everything he does.
it's one of his four truths.
Dave Johnson.
Put a skull on it.
Actually, that's
It does
Dave
make
and I
everything better.
did about.
It's one of the great cartoon voices. The guy who voiced Skeletor.
Oh God, yeah.
The He-Man cartoon. He also did was it Starscream, I think, on Transformers.
Oh,
We
that's
did.
excellent.
And he might have done Cobra Commander too. He had that great, just whiny villain
Uh-huh.
voice. It's wonderful.
Definitely. That's an annoying voice.
All right, is this ready to go, Joe?
What? Yeah. It's actually a piece it's a Batman piece I started on Drink and Draw last year, almost exactly.
Ooh.
I remember that because you had the ears like
Yeah.
at one point. Yeah.
Dave chastised me on the ears, so I had to go bigger on the ears. But
Go big on the ears or go home.
yeah, it's like
That or add a skull.
yeah.
Good
So,
Dave guy's got a skull.
Just ink in a big circle, and it'll be a Zorro hat. You don't have to worry about the ears.
trust me, I was trying to put a Zorro hat on. It just wasn't working.
Like a cure-all for any.
Ugh, fucking Zorro hat.
God, I wish I could have put a Zorro hat on him.
Or you could use here. Let's see. Get this to there. Watch Joe draw for a minute.
Yeah, you can watch me draw. Fix it.
Everybody likes that. And we get a lot of reader mail.
Huh?
We get a lot of reader mail about that.
About what?
Watching you draw.
Watching me draw, really?
Yeah.
Like, you can only see a cursor. You really can't see my hand. So
Because Zorro
It
hats
just looks like
are
magic.
great, but you could go with the Arbys hat if you really want to cover it up.
Ben, do you have all the meats?
Arbys.
Or is that a what's his face?
Pharrell.
Pharrell hat.
That's what my daughter thought. Yeah.
It does look like the Arby's hat, though. That's pretty cool.
It is an Arbys hat.
Really?
Yes. It's a legit Arbys 10-gallon hat.
Oh my God! What did you eat a bunch of Arby's?
I ate 500 RBQs and they sent it to me. No, they have a Arby's store online and it popped up in my feed, and I was like, "Why not? I need it."
I had Arby's last night.
So yeah, I now am a proud owner of an Arby's hat. I did pass on the sweatsuit that has photorealistic images of all their sliced meats.
Is it a meat? Is it a meat sweatsuit?
It's called the meat sweats. Yes.
That's fantastic. That is fantastic.
Does it sweat horsey sauce?
It looks like you would if you wore it. But,
Yeah,
I had no idea that Arby's had such a good sense of humor.
I didn't either. But that's, when you're on Instagram and they pop those ads up because they know we're all suckers sitting at home during a pandemic and we'll buy anything like an Arby's hat. You should see the boxes that came in. It's gigantic. But
how much was it?
it's like $20, for why not?
How many?
It's like 50 cents a gallon.
How many Arby's sandwiches can you fit in it?
Oh, you could. Oh,
10?
there's room if you got beef and cheddars.
I love that Ben's doing the.
Is it made? What's it made out of?
It's felt, and then the brim's got wire in it, so you can actually shape the brim.
Are you sure it's not? Are you sure it's just not like petrified Arby's meat?
It doesn't smell meaty.
It was Arby's meat.
The only bad, it doesn't have good finish. It's got like a wrap here at the end with a seam.
Oh,
But and it doesn't say Arby's on it, which is like disappointing.
Well, that's just confusing.
But interesting tidbit: the actual cubic volume of that hat is the exact volume of a human intestine.
Wow.
Yeah.
you should take it to one of those baseball hat stores at the mall and just get it embroidered.
Mr. Meats.
Arby's hat. Start calling you meat sweats.
Yeah, they have, I don't know, probably 20, 30 different products on their website. Things you never knew you needed.
They know there's Ben's out there. People who
Well, it's like Bombas.
My dad actually worked for the company, one of the many companies, because it takes many to supply the roast beef to Arby's way back in the day. So, and he used to tell me how bad it was.
Yeah,
he knew what it was made of.
I made the mistake of seeing an unsliced Arby's hunk of meat once, and I don't know if I can ever eat it again. It was, because it comes wrapped in plastic. They cook it in a steamer, and then they dump it out to run it through the slicer.
Yeah.
It looked like E.T. right before he dies. It was that same gray, moist.
But come on, man. Really, what did you expect it to be?
It's,
you have high expectations for this?
not that bad. I mean,
Well, it's no worse than what chicken McNuggets look like until right before they get formed into a nugget. I mean,
I can only, well, they're whole chickens, right?
no, it's pink slime.
Okay, I'm done.
It literally looks like a strawberry.
It looks like Pepto-Bismol liquid.
Yeah.
Oh God! All
It's
right.
pretty
It does actually.
I mean,
thing ever.
Ben likes Taco Bell, so
bad. There's nothing wrong with a bean burrito.
no.
Stay away
Yeah.
from the beef.
Taco Bell used to be respectable.
There was a time it was much better than what it is now. That's for sure.
What happened?
And back when you could get the what was it, a 12-pack of tacos for like $4.99. That's the American dream there, man.
That's a good price right there.
I remember when they tried to expand into Mexico and nobody knew what half the menu items were.
Chalupa.
What is this?
Double decker what? You know that didn't produce any Arbys questions.
That's weird. It's a lot of airtime for Arbys there.
Yeah.
He thought it would have paid off more.
We didn't even get to the Jamocha shakes.
They have a Andy's mint chocolate shake they're advertising. That's almost enough to make me go to Arbys. Not for the food, but to try the shake. So I do like the grasshopper chocolate.
Speaking of shakes, interesting factoid about Wendys. What do they call them? They don't call them shakes.
Frosties. Yeah.
The reason they call them Frosties is legally they're not allowed to call them shakes because there is no milk product in it. It's all made from fat. It's like chemically altered fat, and
you say that like it's not a selling point.
Yeah.
They're delicious to dip your fries into.
Well, of course, because they're probably fried in the same stuff.
That's it. They're chocolate lard.
Oh,
Here we got another question.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's from Patrick again.
Thank God for Patrick.
He is the wedge issue.
And I assume he's asking which you guys prefer of the two. The Toth Super Friends or Space Ghost? Which is the better?
I think Space Ghost was better.
Yeah, I'd say Space Ghost.
I'm a Super Friends guy.
You're just a contrarian.
No,
Yeah.
you know what? I always, as a kid, wanted to love Space Ghost. And I have to say the design is cool, but I don't know.
Is it the monkey you didn't like?
I liked Harvey Birdman better.
Now there's a great Adult Swim cartoon.
That is a really funny Adult Swim cartoon.
All right, how about this one? Clutch Cargo or Space Angel? Because that's Doug Wildey versus Alex Toth.
Interesting.
And there you could actually see their art. I mean, it was unabashedly their art with human lips smacked on them.
Oh yeah, that was. You know what? That was just always too creepy. I could never get my head around it.
Yeah,
I loved it. I matter of fact, I even tried to pitch a revival of that kind of thing because I just thought it would be hilarious and easy to animate, so it'd be way cheaper. Which is why.
What was the?
Would you supply your mouth?
I was kind of hoping you would supply it because whoever does it has to put like lipstick on so it'll show up.
Ooh, all right. Yeah, I would have done that.
Yeah, Dan would have done that for free.
Yeah.
You know how they used to shoot that, right?
Dan's all about the gloss.
Yeah.
You know how they used to shoot it?
I didn't research the show, Dave. No.
Well, I did because I was curious.
Everybody did.
They would record the soundtrack, and then they had a woman who would put lipstick on and lip sync the soundtrack into a tube that had a camera and a light in it, so it would blur out the rest of her face, and that way the mouth wouldn't move because it was stuck on this tube. It would keep it in place, unlike like the Conan O'Brien bits.
Are there any more questions?
Oh my God! Screw you, Dan.
You know what? Dan, that was uncalled for.
I'm going to go back to Silent Dave, and then you guys can.
Oh, wait a minute.
Way to go, Dan.
I deserve that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think a formal apology is necessary.
Dave, I officially apologize.
I'm going to cry myself in Ethereum coins tonight. So.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah, it's all about Ethereum with you.
and swim in your vat of money like Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist.
A money bin. Yeah, your invisible money bin.
Yeah. Ghost coins.
Yeah, the questions are all dried up now. That's it. We only have 54 minutes of questions out of this audience.
I finished my Robotech drawing.
Let's see. Let's
we didn't discuss Robotech at all.
I know.
Jeff, would you like to talk about Robotech?
I think it's too late, Ben.
Yeah, you don't want to start talking about it and have Dan shit all over you.
What's the difference between Robotech and GoBots?
GoBots is more of a Transformer ripoff.
I think
That's true.
GoBots
Yeah.
predated Transformer, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think so. So what's Robotech a ripoff of?
Robotech is not. They're not actually robots. They're pilot. People are piloting them. So it's not.
It's like Pacific Rim.
Yes. So I mean, I guess depending on how you define robot, but they're not.
They're not giant.
They're yeah.
It's like jets that can turn
They're
into
just vehicles with legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they can turn into their jets. They're halfway. I always loved because they could do the halfway thing, and then they are big mechs that people will pilot.
That was your thing.
I loved it. It was a great show.
I used to watch that every day after school as a little kid.
I don't think I've ever seen a single episode of Robotech.
Really?
So, I wondered, why did you have to qualify that? You said I watched it every day after school as a little kid.
Well, I'm so grown. I'm so mature. I mean, you've listened to our conversations about like bunny rabbits and whatever.
Sure.
To make sure.
What was the one with the battleship Yamamoto or Yamoto?
You just named it.
No, but
Star Blazers.
Star Blazers? Yeah. That was the
Yeah.
one that caught me pretty hardcore when I was a teen.
That was a good one.
Were you ever
That,
attracted
Speed
to
Racer.
female Bugs Bunny, Dave? Were you ever like attracted to like a
Jessica Rabbit.
like a Jessica Rabbit or a specific cartoon girl?
Or Bugs Bunny and drag.
Are you trying to segue into a confession? Is that?
No, I'm asking you. I'm curious about you, Dave.
No, I was never sexually excited by a cartoon. Sorry.
Oh.
Ever.
Don't apologize. It's cool.
Not even Daffy Duck.
Yeah, not even Daffy Duck.
I mean, everyone had a thing for Daffy Duck.
Rabbit season.
I'm pretty sure if we started taking all the heads off costumes at a furry convention, Dan would be under one of them.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'm not.
Wait,
a lot
wait,
of people look back on furries. I'm not one of those people.
Dave, did you go with us to breakfast with the guy in the furry costume in San Francisco? Did you come along with us?
You actually went to breakfast with a guy in a costume?
Well, we were coming back from the Jonah Hex party, and it was like 2-3 in the morning, something like that. And there was a group of us standing in front of the hotel. We're like, we're gonna go over. There's a Mel's Diner, like catty corner from the hotel. We're gonna go over there and get breakfast. And we start walking, and there's this like dude, probably a good 6 inches taller than me, just giant human being, wearing some sort of like dog furry outfit, who just decided to come along with us. Sat down at the table and is like, "Hey, how you guys doing?" It's just like, why not?
Was his first name Tom?
I don't remember his name. Jennifer probably would.
Well, I
So
mean,
it's
as far as
accurate.
people just inviting themselves into things, it usually
yes.
goes with people named Tom.
Well, I've never worked for this guy, so I don't know.
I did when I lived in Atlanta. I lived at a place that used to be a office building that was connected to the Hilton downtown, and my lobby was the back of the Hilton. And I remember leaving one day, and there was a furry convention going on for 3 days right outside my apartment. So that was interesting.
You have my attention. Go on.
End of story.
There wasn't much to it. I tried to get through them as quick as possible.
So does Dan.
Yeah.
Hey,
My own way.
A lot of work goes in those costumes.
I thought you were done with the Robotech, Jeff.
I'm noodling until my chorizo is ready.
Ah, the old chorizo noodle.
Exactly.
Dan, did you want to, speaking of noodling chorizo, did you want to show that cartoon? Do you have that?
Do I have the chorizo cartoon?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Let's see that. Yeah, we had a very cool Check that out. Some fan art by Sketch Monkey.
Yeah.
He was here
Follow
earlier.
him on Twitter and on Instagram.
He nailed it.
He definitely nailed it. I mean, he killed it. It's awesome. I thought this was hilarious. So we saw this on Twitter the other day, and I think we all cracked up for a good hour.
He clearly had insight into my brain.
Yes.
It's like the smile on the outside and
Which is dying on the inside. Yep.
why?
Why did I agree to this?
Uh,
That was hilarious.
Even Albert.
Sketch Monkey.
I'm pretty sure Albert would be disappointed.
Oh, 100%. I was going through some of my old comics to send off for grading, and a lot of them have that Albert Dorn, famous artist, ad on the back of them. And every time I pulled one out to put in the bag, chuckling. Poor Albert.
yeah, we are a sad legacy.
Yeah, he's all we got. I guess all he has left at this point.
Yeah.
It's like, really? Did a lot
Well,
of
you know,
work.
it was basically either it was him on the back or Norman Rockwell. And I was like, you know, America's most famous artist, Norman Rockwell. And then the very sad Albert Dorn, disappointed in his legacy.
I think Albert, if I remember correctly, I think Albert was actually making more money at the time than Rockwell, because he was so much faster and so much in demand.
The write-up is something to the effect of the most commercially successful illustrator in history.
Yeah.
Albert Dorn.
Well, I think he was. I think he was making over $1 million a year back in the 50s.
That's impressive.
It's no chump change.
How much is that?
That's a lot of money.
That
How much
in the 50s, that was not much Ethereum, though.
No.
No, not much. So speaking of really successful illustrators, who are we having on next week?
Ooh,
Hopefully,
Jeff.
Segway? What?
hopefully, it'll be Alex Ross.
Excellent.
Now, who is he again? What has he done?
He's the Albert Dorn of today.
He is basically.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the most sought after.
That pans out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad I could help.
Thanks,
You've
Jeff.
done something right tonight, Jeff.
There you go.
You've earned your chorizo.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, my Robotech's now done and noodled.
Did you noodle it enough?
It is
I noodled it enough, so I think that I'm going to say farewell and go get my dinner.
Wow.
Hey, there was one question that I wanted to answer. Ian asked, "Do you guys miss Duo Shade?" And I think I only got to use it once, so I don't really miss it because I never really got to use it.
I experimented with it. I liked it quite a bit, but they don't make it anymore.
Yeah.
I have some left.
Really?
Of course,
Yeah.
you
Well, don't
Yeah,
you
but I
also have
wonder-
some Zipatone?
do. It's in the Zipatone vault. That's
Yeah.
right.
Hey Dan, when do you run out of Zipatone?
Thanks to digitally, never.
Yeah.
Sorry, Joe.
Good times. All right, gang.
Chorizo awaits.
Chorizo waits. I will see you cats on the flip.
All right, Jeffrey.
All right.
Jeff, thanks.
See you later.
Night, fellas.
Good night. All right. So now there's just four of us. Do we want to talk about Jeff or we want to wrap this thing up?
Yeah, we need to wrap it up. I need to get back to work.
What, Dave? You're retired now, aren't you? Work.
Maybe in 8 years, if Ethereum goes up, I could be, but
In
right
10,
now, no.
by then it should be crazy. Then you could retire.
Hey, here's hoping.
Buy it all. Buy it all. All right. I'm good. I feel like I've done a lot of work tonight. I need to go lay down.
All right. Go watch some all the cartoons you missed out on as a kid.
Yeah, I guess go watch some Seinfeld or something. Joe already gave me homework. I've been watching Arrested Development. So
Joe's working on his signature right
It's a
now.
great show. Yeah.
it is a good show.
It's a very good show.
Joe, you should use the thing I sent you as a template from now on. Just trace it. There you go.
Yeah.
Or just put ink on the back of it and stamp it.
Stamp it.
Heat it up.
Yeah, if you ever do anything 6 feet tall.
What'd you end up doing with it, Joe?
What was that?
What'd you end up doing with it?
I threw it out.
It's a doorstop, right? It's a doorstop for the dog door.
Right here.
Boat anchor for the boat he doesn't have.
It's on my shelf of stuff.
Oh, good time.
Ooh,
very
that
shiny.
is cool. Hold on, let's take a look at that.
Take a look
It's
at
very
that.
shiny.
It's very shiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whoever said Dave is a bad friend,
Yeah, we can do it. I need like a little sound effect.
you know, you can put it on the back of your car.
See you, kids. Gotta go. my call sign, my goodbye sign. So
How many people are on the like watching right now and haven't subscribed and are feeling like, God, I just got to subscribe right now?
Maybe 2.
2?
Maybe. Maybe. And that's pushing. Dave, what's the duct tape wrapped around?
Oh God.
It's a bendable arm that that I've got a magnet taped to it, so I can then put my camera facing down, looking onto my table. So
Does it have a hand on the other end of that arm?
no,
Room temperature.
this is the end of the arm. It's got a magnet.
Nice.
All right. I think that should be the final question of the evening.
Yeah, good
I
enough.
think you're right. Yeah.
I think. So we'll
Should we do a
save a
countdown?
few for Mr. Ross next week. All right, fine. That's enough. Good night, everyone. Thank
Bye,
you
everybody.
for joining us for question and answer and comics and cartoons and cereal and other useless information.
A lot of Arbys.
Sure.
Arbys, our new sponsor, Arbys and Speedwolf.
Don't forget, we have the meats.
we're ending now.